So, a lot of religious people, a lot of especially hyper religious people, are in a deep psychosis. They really, really are. And I just watched a video by a dude named Savvy Guy who said that it's better to have non religious parents than it is to have religious parents. And I generally, for the most part, agree with that, tend to agree with that. And one of the reasons I agree with that, is that Christianity, as we all know, has been corrupted by Dagon, the entity Dagon. Amy Anderson, Yahweh rules. That entity. It's been corrupted by Dagon, the fish fallen angel thing that fell down with Cthulhu. Well, fell down with Lucifer, then went down to the abyss like I did, but not with good intentions. Went down there for power. I think got messed up by Cthulhu. I'm not sure if it was Cthulhu, but I want to say it's Cthulhu, if memory serves. And that motherfucker helped kill Jesus Christ of Nazareth, who is God. And, this video is not to say that, God isn't real. God obviously is real. Jesus Christ is obviously God and the Son of God. All that, without a doubt. But Christianity as a religion has been corrupted by Dagon. And yeah, this is where the video really starts, is that I was watching a video by a dude named Savvy Guy, I think was his name, and he was making a video about how it's better to have non-religious parents than it is to have religious parents. And I generally agree with that, because here's the thing about religion, folks, especially Christianity now. It's been corrupted by Dagon, like I previously said earlier in the video. But a consequence of this corruption of Dagon, corruption by Dagon, is that Christianity has been turned into this, soapy, feel-good, oh yeah, Jesus. And I'm not mocking people who praise Jesus, by the way. I'm just saying, like, these people who are like, God is so great, and Jesus is so great, and, focus on God. Don't focus on all the fucked up shit that happens in the world and, all the shit that happens in the church. Just focus on God and, heavy metal is evil and rap is evil and this and that. And, we're going to focus on God because, we're about to be fucked up by God and that kind of energy. And it's infected a lot of people in Christianity. When you talk to a person who's generally self-identifies as a Christian, you'll generally find that they're under some sort of psychosis. That they need to be going to church all the time, which, there's nothing wrong with going to church if it wasn't corrupted by Dagon, but Dagon is every church clergyman. So what's the point of going to church if you're going to be led by someone who helped kill Jesus? Yeah. And you'll notice that these people generally have a misplacement of priorities. Like, they think it's heavy metal. They think it's hard rock. They think it's rap. That's poisoning the youth. And to an extent, I guess rap now really isn't what it used to be, like in the 90s and early 2000s even. It's gay shit. But, otherwise, yeah, that kind of hardcore music, and, I'm a rap and metal connoisseur. I'm part of a death metal band, by the way. Um, So yeah, a lot of these people will blame these things, but these things are just a byproduct of the demonic evil that is out there, and the amount of demonic possession that is out there. And demonic possession doesn't always look obvious. And I'm not saying everyone's a demon. Everyone, is controlled by demons. And most people are controlled by demons. And, most people are, to an extent, to one degree or another, including myself, are controlled by demons. Controlled by Lovecraftian deities. Controlled by dark forces, etc. But you'll notice a psychosis with these people. You notice these people aren't living in the real world. You'll notice that these people are living in sort of a Delulu fantasy land where they think, oh, everybody's good. People are good. People won't steer you wrong generally. Good always wins, and yeah, good, will win in the end. But, good always, is up front, and evil's up front. And good is clear cut, evil's clear cut, and this and that. And that attitude generally breeds ignorance because it may not seem obvious at first glance. And I've had to learn this the hard way. Most people are not good people, including myself. I don't think I am a good person, so I'm not going to sit here as an authority figure on any sort of morality at all, because I don't think I'm a good person. I think I'm a very flawed human being who's self-interested. And granted, all humans are self-interested, as they should be, but what determines whether you're a good person or not, I guess, is, whether or not you're perfect. But no human is perfect. Um, and I guess, good by a Hollywood type of standard, I mean, I don't think most people even fit that criteria. I think most people are generally evil and out to get you. And most men, if not all men, want to see you less successful than them unless they're your father. Um, and you'll notice that a lot of hyper-religious people don't grasp a lot of these concepts and will lie to their kids and will make their kids think the world is a lot better than it really is, and will lie to their kids about all sorts of shit, and will make their kid think that God's in everything. And I'm not saying God is dead or God isn't in anything at all. I'm just saying that these people don't live in the physical world enough. And there's a time and a place for everything. There's a time for spirituality. There's a time for prayer. There's a time for all these things. But if you live too much in that world, where you're just in psychosis all the time, then um, you aren't grounded enough. There, you need to strike a balance. If you live too much in this world, then you just get taken down by all these Lovecraftian beings like Nyarlathotep or Azathoth or what have you. What the fuck? Something on me. And I was raised as one of Jehovah's Witnesses, and I broke out of that at a young age because I started following all this conspiracy shit at a young age, and that broke me out of a lot of the psychosis that I was in. Right? You go around thinking that, oh, most people are evil because they dye their hair, or that they listen to heavy metal, or that they smoke, and quite frankly, those things aren't really evil. Those things aren't really bad. Okay. Um, what's evil is all these sodomites out here trying to groom your kids, and not only that, but all of these institutions lying to you about everything. You know, Insurance companies, I think, is ran by Shub Niggurath. Shub Niggurath. Sorry. Nigger. But, uh, Shub Niggurath. Sorry. And, a lot of these fast food companies are controlled by Nyarlathotep, and I indulge in fast food, which I need to stop that. And evil is all around you. I mean, psyops are all around you, and the church isn't talking about that because the church is a psyop, um, more or less. And yeah, it's a messed up world where if you don't have a relationship with God, I mean, I barely have a relationship with God myself. Then you'll just be taken over by these things, and that will leave you in a world of hurt. So this video, I think, has gone on for long enough. I think I might make a part 2, maybe even a part 3 to this video, but that's all I really have to say for now. Goodbye.